So I'm scrounging around on Steam for a game my friends and I can play that isn't one of these. There's the repopulation, but I'm not liking the idea of a $40 early access game, though maybe we'll come back to that in a future video. There's Transformice, but that strikes me as something we'd play once and get bored with quickly like Mount Your Friends. Nosgoth? A game about vampires? Are we talking the good kind or the glitter and the sunlight kind? Oh, the good kind? Alright, I'll take a look. Wait, what's this? Square Enix! Square Enix has been disappointing me for a long time. So my apprehension towards this game can be best summed up in this image. So the premise is humans and vampires are fighting over some towns or whatever. I guess it's supposed to be a vampire hunter versus vampires type of thing. Teams face off against each other in 2 rounds, playing one game as vampires and one as vampire hunter. Now, they're called vampire hunters, but it never feels like I'm doing the hunting when I have to play as them. Don't get me wrong, you have all the tools prerequisite to the movie Van Helsing, but the map layout and mobility options always made me feel like I was on the defensive as humans. The maps in general are built with a lot of rooftops for the vampires to prowl around on, but the humans are always at ground level for the most part. Sure, they can climb some stairs, but there's always a taller building around. The vampires can always be in a position of looking down on their prey, ready to pounce, while the most tactical advantage humans have are projectile weapons. Now don't get me wrong, that's all well and good, but think of it this way. Just like the one thing vampires do the humans can't is climb on walls and rooftops, the humans can make use of any type of fatal funnel position due to their weapons. This puts their back against the wall waiting for something to happen. So the only strategic variation humans have over vampires is defense. Don't get me wrong, I'm aware the rooftops are a defensive tool as well, but this only goes to illustrate my argument that when playing as the humans, you're naturally put on the defense rather than offense. And I don't like that. Before I continue, let me clarify something. I'm not saying you're at a disadvantage as the humans, you're just on the defensive. The kits feel fairly balanced to me, but remember, I'm not looking at this game in a competitive light. I've never been good at shooters, and I'm not interested in improving that side of my competitive library. From my casual point of view, it felt like both species were balanced against one another. So while I may not enjoy playing as a human being, the vampire is great. So much more fun. Remember all the stuff I just said about humans being the defensive role? Vampires are most certainly the offensive one. You have it all, mobility, damage, stealth. You get your health back by sucking the blood from fallen humans, which goes with what I was talking about being on the offensive rather than the defensive. Everything about the vampire's kit and playstyle screams offense. Think of it like this. The town is a giant maze. The humans are the mice running around and the vampires get to be cats on the outside toying with their prey. Humans hold up in a hole somewhere, vampires have the poison orbs to throw to flush them out. Someone walks a little too far away from the pack, Reaver gets to pounce on them. Big battle going on, sneak up behind them all invisible and stealth murder. You feel like a predator as the vampire and it's so much more fun than being the lame humans. There is something that bugs me about this game though, the maps. I'm a strong advocate of having standardized maps with a neutral field to play on that doesn't help one character or strategy over the other. I feel when you have varying maps, you're opening the door for someone to say, "Oh, well, I only lost because I was on this map and I had a disadvantage, meh." One map in particular, Freeport, seemed to heavily favor the humans as there were multiple choke points that could easily be defended by the humans while the vampires had no real way of getting in other than throwing bombs or having a tyrant charge to attempt to flush them out. This could have just been my friends and I playing against a bad group of players, but it still felt like the humans had a distinct advantage on that map. But as much fun as I was having being all vampire-y and everything, I realized something. Team-based arena combat, account-based level progression, micropayments to buy more characters, free-to-play. Jesus Christ, I'm just playing one of these! Now, it's hard not to recommend this game. Not because it's so epically great you can't live without it, but because the game is free. Worst comes to worst, you pick it up, play it, don't like it, uninstall it. It's not like other games I reviewed that have left a stain on my soul that can't be cleaned off even with the most powerful of bleach. Give it a go, you may end up liking them humans more than I did.